Virtual Assassin, also known as Cyberjack, is a 1995 low-budget action film directed by Robert Lee and starring Michael Dudikoff. And no, I did not create that title card animation myself, that is actually how it appears in the film. This was Lee's directorial debut, having begun in the industry as a second unit director on such esteemed films as Extra 2, Ski School, Stay Tuned, and Time Runner starring Mark Hamill. He has since gone on to do second unit work on some equally venerated work such as Pompeii and the films of Uwe Boll like House of the Dead and Alone in the Dark. Dudikoff was primarily known at this point as the star of Cannon's American Ninja film series, so he was something of a poor man's Chuck Norris or Jean-Claude Van Damme. His name could carry a film, but just barely. An opening CG sequence sets the tone for this dime store Blade Runner meets Die Hard meets Chopping Mall, bundle of 90s cyber thriller and action cliches. We learn that Dudikoff's Nick James is an ex-cop who botched a hostage situation with his partner.
Maybe you feel lucky tonight.
You got a clean shot!
And is now a down-on-his-luck baseball gambling addict in debt to some greasy loan sharks.
Hey, shitbird, you forget something. It's payday.
I told you Shrek Friday.
No dice, sweetheart.
Look, you'll get your money.
You're on a losing streak, shitbird. You should find yourself a new team before you strike out. Permanently.
The cybersecurity company he now works for as a janitor is Quantum, and they're working on a cutting-edge biological antivirus.
Hackers.
Well, I'm wearing...
While working one night in the laboratory, a horny employee improbably has phone sex with his girlfriend while she sits shoulder to shoulder with her colleagues in a monitor bank. At this point, the plot becomes problematic, as the malfunction is blamed on a hacker, but is later attributed to the antivirus program jumping the phone line to the Skynet. Yes, the girlfriend phone sex character works as a sort of air traffic controller for Sky buses at a company called Skynet. The next night, another horny employee, this time our hero Nick, is distracted when something else goes terribly wrong. The die-hard quotient increases exponentially here as terrorists assault the building and take the scientists hostage. Nassim, the leader of the group, played by Brian James, who just so happened to play Leon Kowalski in Blade Runner, lays out his plan to inject the biological computer virus into his body so that he might hold the world's greatest bargaining chip. Nick has finally caught wind of what's happening and stalks around the building's ventilation system, John McClane style. The police do finally show up, but also in die-hard fashion they are foul-ups who cannot match the pure, intuitive police cunning of our hero. Somehow the villains manipulate this decoy hologram on the fly using a microphone and joystick.
Wife says I'm too fat as it is.
Okay, sure.
Get me a SWAT team here, JP. Yesterday.
Finally, the real police and SWAT team show up and infiltrate, including a robotic police officer that's half interrogation droid from Star Wars and half killer security bot from Chopping Mall.
Here's the pitch. Swing!
Despite everyone's best efforts, Nassim manages to inject the virus, kidnap the lead engineer, and escape to some sort of communications tower where he hopes to spread the virus worldwide. A final showdown mirrors that from the opening teaser, where Nick must face the phobia that has plagued him since. How much you care to know how it all ends depends on the level to which you enjoy cheap knockoff genre movies. As these go, it's mostly pretty standard stuff, with little to recommend it. There are some strange moments worth mentioning here, including an unexplained newspaper cannon, some funny bits of dialogue,
You taking this too serious, janitor boy? Reef don't want to hurt you? When you say we go smoke us a nice spliff together?
Nick. I used to fuck a guy in prison named Nick. No, that was Nick Jones.
and a fairly high quotient of practical explosions, effects, miniatures, and composites. The film was made at that particular moment in blockbuster history when CG was available, but mostly a bad idea, but optical methods of visualization were still in use. This film uses both, and the CG ages much worse. So if you have a high tolerance for middle-of-the-road, low-budget knockoff sci-fi action films, you may want to check it out. Otherwise, it's not worth your time.